My name is Casey Kramers. Today I'm going to show you how to sharpen a knife in 3 steps, or at least the 3 steps that I take when I buy a new knife. Now I bought this knife off of Amazon a long time ago now. It's like $40. It's pretty cheap. It's a case. They make pretty good knives. Good steel on them. Another good one would be More Maker. So anyway, the first step I take whenever I start sharpening a knife for the first time, I'm going to use this blade because it's pretty raggedy and dull, and it's a good one to show you. First step I take is I take it to the sidewalk. And you might think, well, that's not good. That's hard on stuff. And you're right, it is. And that's what it's for. As you can see, that knife is all weird. It's narrower here than it is up here. Now, if I were to take this to the sidewalk, I would grind this much of it off. Oops, you can't see that. I would grind this much of it off from here on to make it so it's square. Now, unless you don't like that, then whatever. But this is my knife, so I'm going to do it my way. So anyway, so then once you get it square this way, then you take it this way, lay it flat, and then you get your bevel that you want, and you scrape it on the sidewalk to get the factory bevel off, because a factory will make a knife bevel like this, which is made for people that don't know how to sharpen knives. It'll stay sharp for a while, but you can't get it razor sharp. Now, when I re-put an edge on, I put the edge like this. Now this, the bevel, I guess, would be more shaped like this. Now, the only problem with doing it like this is you have to maintain it. And I'll kind of tell you how I maintain my knife. If I don't have to do it the same as I do, it doesn't matter. You get a feel for it. You get a feel for the knife. You sharpen differently. That's just the way it is. But with these steps, you can kind of get an idea. Now, second thing I do after using the sidewalk is I go to my Smith's Diamond Stone. Now, I've already got water on this because I've been doing this for probably an hour now, but I'm going to put a little more on. I'll kind of show you how much to put on. That's probably a good amount. Get you a little drinky drink. Now, when doing this, you take the edge that you put on the sidewalk on there. So I had it flat, so I went like that, just up just a touch. And I call that 1. I call that 2. Now you can do it that way, or you can do it this way, or like that. That's really up to you. I like doing it this way. I feel that's more accurate. You don't have to do it like that. You do whatever way suits you best. I'll do that after I use the sidewalk. I'll do that probably 2,000 or to 2,500 times, or just however bad you goober up your knife. You get all the grooves out, and you get it looking like it's supposed to have an edge on it, and sharp. You get it sharp with the stone. Now, the only downfall of just using a stone, because you can just use a stone, I don't. The only downfall is when you have your edge like this, you get what I call the feather edge. It's just part of the knife that you ground off, sticks up like that, and it's really weak and feathery, and it'll bend over and make your knife dull. Yeah, so you don't want that on there, and you really can't get it off with a stone. So what I do is I use a piece of leather that I put jeweler's rouge on. Now this would be called a strong. This is what old-time barbers would do. They used to lay it over their arm, and, like back in the old cowboy movies or whatever, with their straight razors. Same way as a stone. Take your knife, and I'm going to use my good blade here. I sharpened this yesterday. Take your good knife, and you go along there, Just rub it on there with your bevel. Don't forget your bevel. Um, Generally, I'll do 100 one way and 100 the other way, and then after I do 100 on both sides, I'll do 90 on one side, 90 on the other, 80 and 80, 70 and 70, 60, 60, 50, 50, 40, 40, 30, 30, 20, 20, 10, 10, 5, 5. And when I get to 5, I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Now that would mean your knife is done. Once you go from, say I maintain my knife with 100, but you probably end up doing the 5 to 600 when you use your after the stone, after the sidewalk, of course. Now, I have a nasty habit of not having my knife all the way on there. So what you want to do is you want to isolate the end of the blade, just your thumb like that, and same thing till it's even with the rest of the edge. Now, you want to keep your edge even. That's why I count the way I do. If you don't, you might get it like this, and it'll cut stuff, but you won't be able to shape with it. Now this knife, uh, I worked on it a lot, put a lot of hours into sharpening it, probably more hours than I should have because getting behind on some things. But it's sharp. If you do that and you do it right and you get a feel for it and you keep your edge even and you do all the steps and you do every number the way you're supposed to with keeping your bevel, your knife will be this sharp if it's got good steel. Now, you're not supposed to do this, but I like to because it's kind of cool. Paper is really hard on knives, but never had a knife that could do this before until I bought this one a few years ago, of course. But anyway, this is how sharp you get your knife. Oops, did not. Let me try this in. That side was wet. There you have it. That's how you sharpen a knife. Thank you.